This is News 8 Now at noon.
Good afternoon. Thank you for watching News 8 Now at noon. I'm Sophia Pullman. Let's get to some news today. We have an update on the train derailment near DeSoto that happened Thursday. All toxic materials have been removed and Highway 35 is still closed so that repairs on the track and roadway can continue. That's according to a Facebook post by Crawford County Emergency Management. Old Highway 35 near DeSoto is also closed. Road closures are expected to last until Wednesday. Crawford County Emergency Management also shared that today the Drake Piano Bar will offer a free lunch to volunteers and those affected by the flood. Derek Van Orden held a meeting with officials after the train derailment. In the crash, 4 Burlington Northern Santa Fe crew members were taken to a hospital, treated for minor injuries, and later released. Van Orden says he was in Stoddard last week and spoke with BNSF Railroad, who assured him the tracks were safe amid record flooding.
Thursday, these trains shot off the rails and wound up in the Mississippi River. So 1 week ago, I was assured by the BNSF Railroad that they're taking all the precautions they could to make sure that this wouldn't happen, and it did.
Van Orden spoke with officials at all levels to discuss what can be done going forward. Van Orden thanked federal, state, and local officials for showing up and responding to the incident quickly.
I'm really proud. If anything comes out of this that's good, it's the fact that Wisconsinites know what they're doing. These men standing behind me are awesome. They just are.
There is a federal investigation into what caused this train derailment. Crawford County's Emergency Management Director Jim Hackett told News 8 that crews will work constantly until the scene is cleared.
Well, it sure has been a pretty gusty start to the afternoon. We basically left off from what we had this morning because really overall in general it's been a pretty gusty start to the Monday, and we're going to be looking at these gusts that you see here on your screen to continue. Here's a look at some of the wind gusts and directions right now. Out of the northwesterly at a direction around 25 to 35 miles an hour. Look at the gusts down in Decorah, 39, and in Mason City, Iowa to our west at 45 mile-per-hour wind gusts. Now that's making our wind chill factors make our feel-like temperatures into the 40s and at low 50s, but our actual temperatures are into the upper 40s, low 50s. As you can see there on your screen, it's 53 in La Crosse now, 48 degrees currently in Eau Claire. So the rest of your afternoon will feature mainly cloudy skies, pretty windy conditions out of the north-northwest. We're talking at least 15 to 25 mile-per-hour winds sustained with gusts to 30 miles an hour or so at times, making it very windy out there. And also unseasonably cool and chilly conditions will continue throughout the day. Stay tuned. We'll have a check on your full weather forecast. I'll time things out as far as those wind gusts are concerned and let you know what the rest of the week is in store for. Sophia?
In La Crosse, teens received crash courses in driving techniques. Gunderson Health Systems, the Teen Car Control Clinic, teaches young drivers behind the wheel exercises and increased awareness. Lessons ranged from weight transfer to learning what to do when your car slides. Organizers say the kids were nervous at first, but that changed as the day went on.
As the day goes on and they get that experience and they get more comfortable with what we're doing and what we're showing them, by the end of the day, they're all really excited and really happy that they took the course.
Over 24 students participated in the course. Fire safety mixed with fun at the La Crosse Children's Museum. Kids got to check out firefighters' gear, learned how to make an emergency exit plan, and asked questions about the safety of fires. The fire department says it's never too early to teach kids to be fire safe.
When you're a new parent, there's some things that you have to learn, and adjusting your fire safety awareness because you now have children in the home is also going to be really important.
The fire department encourages families to make sure they have a working smoke alarm and a fire safety plan. UW La Crosse students invited community members to help at the Earth Fair at Myrick Park. Students reached out to the public to bring in playground surfaces. The team is testing the safety of different play surfaces, like the chemicals found in recycled crumb rubber play surfaces. A UWL chemistry professor says he hopes their research will make a difference.
We hope to let the school district know and also the city of La Crosse and everybody who's involved know if we find a risk relative to certain toxic thresholds.
The student team is led by Professor Rolfus and works with the Safer Playgrounds and Community Environments Group and the Thriving Earth Exchange. They say the project will wrap up this fall and then they'll share the results with the community. Coming up after the break, why you may see an increase on produce at the grocery store. We'll explain when we come back.
Thank you for watching News 8 Now. Expect more.
Drought, hurricanes, and heavy rain have hurt farms all around the world. And now consumers are paying for it at the grocery store. Kristen Benvenidez explains.
So see how easy that came off? And see how that sort of got a little decay in it there?
Earlier this year, we talked to John Barbin, a fourth-generation farmer in Florida, where storms and crop disease have led to a shortage of oranges.
The trees have started dropping fruit prematurely, and the quality of the juice is starting to decline.
That is pushing prices for orange juice higher. In India, rain hurt sugarcane crops, sending sugar futures soaring. Floods earlier this year in California's Salad Bowl devastated all kinds of crops, from lettuce to strawberries, and now produce costs more.
Is this sort of the new normal with these climate events that are happening worldwide?
Sadly, yes. So I think this is the unfortunate, harsh reality of today's world.
Professor Patrick Penfield is a supply chain expert at Syracuse University. He says crop issues in the Midwest led to higher feed costs for ranchers, and many are now raising fewer cattle.
Now you're going to start seeing, meat supply come down.
However, extreme weather may have provided one benefit. All that rain in California that damaged crops also helped fill the state's reservoirs, running low after years of drought.
And now the farmers in the next planting season will be able to tap that water.
And that should help bring produce prices back down later this year. Cristian Benavides, CBS News, Miami.
Things are looking up, though, for consumers as more rain has provided fertile soil to grow more crops. As we head to break, here is a live look at the New York Stock Exchange. Stay with us. More news is next. In our medical news this afternoon, the U.S. COVID-19 public health emergency officially ends this month. One of the things that means it's free COVID-19 tests aren't guaranteed after May 11th. Some costs may shift to become out of pocket. However, pharmacies and other retailers have home tests, and costs may be covered up front or reimbursed by insurance plans. The federal website covidtest.gov also allows U.S. households to order free test kits for delivery. More than 97,000 new melanomas are expected to be diagnosed this year, but there are ways to protect yourself. Mandy Gaither has more on how to keep your skin safe on Melanoma Monday.
It's one of the most common cancers in the U.S., but skin cancer is also one of the most preventable. While anyone can get melanoma, some risk factors make it more likely.
We think about age as a risk factor, skin color and hair color, so lighter skin and lighter hair, especially redheads, have an increased risk of melanoma.
Dermatologist Allison Larson with MedStar Health says other risk factors include sun exposure, whether it's short-term or long-term, especially when it leads to sunburns. Indoor tanning beds also increase risk, and so can family history and personal health history, as well as medications that suppress the immune system. The best way to lower the risk: protect your skin from the sun, whether that's through clothing or sunscreen. Larson recommends one that's at least 30 SPF or higher.
The brand, the type, honestly, it really doesn't matter as much as someone's willingness to use it and to reapply.
Larson says if possible, avoid the sun around midday when it's at its peak, and also keep an eye on your skin as early detection is critical.
And see if there's anything that looks irregular. See if there's anything that catches your eye because it has multiple colors, because it has a border that's shaped in an irregular way, maybe something larger than your other growths.
If something does stand out, Larson says that doesn't necessarily mean it's melanoma, but it's a good reason to see your doctor. For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
The American Cancer Society says the older a person gets, the more they're at risk for melanoma, but the organization says it's also one of the most common cancers in young adults. Here is a look at CityCam 8. Derek is in next with our forecast.
Very cloudy and gusty starting out to the afternoon, basically where we left off here this morning. And really in general, we can say the same thing throughout the rest of the day. As of right now, 53 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Gusty, 32-mile-per-hour wind gusts out of the northwest that are currently sustained at 22 miles an hour. River Stage is at 14 feet. That is dropping. Meanwhile, in Eau Claire, you're currently at 48 degrees, cloudy, north-northwest wind sustained at 21, gusting to 35. Chippewa River's at 765.3, and that is rising here. So as we take a look at the bigger picture on the national map, you can see that this low pressure system continues to sit here just northeast of the Great Lakes area, and you can see plenty of wraparound cloudy skies and precipitation in the form of rain and snow. All of that here was affecting us yesterday has now pushed its way towards the east, but you can still see a very strong pressure gradient with the winds here tightly clustered together, and that means that we are getting pretty gusty, windy conditions out there because of that strong pressure gradient associated with that low. Current wind chills are into the upper 30s, low 40s, well to the east. La Crosse, though, not exactly being affected by that too much, luckily. Current wind chill at 53, which is pretty close to the temperature. But as you can see with our wind gust tracker showing that the gusty conditions are expected to continue up to over 35 miles an hour here at times throughout the afternoon before beginning to subside here as we head into tonight. Now, as we fast forward this into tomorrow, we'll start off here into the morning and afternoon, and you can see that our wind gust here will be around 30 miles an hour here at times. So 25 to 30 mile per hour wind gusts are still a possibility heading into the day tomorrow in general before they begin to subside even further as we head into tomorrow night once that low begins to pull away from us, weakening the pressure gradient there. So 51 and cloudy by 3 p.m., 52 and still very cloudy by 5, mostly cloudy, 50 degrees. And of course, the winds will still be cranking quite a bit. Current temperature readings into the upper 40s to low 50s, 47 degrees currently in Viroqua, 52 currently in Boscobel, with forecast highs today expected to be into the low 50s. So we're pretty close to hitting our high temperatures here for the day. And you'll see on Sky Tracker that the cloudy skies are going to continue here throughout the afternoon. Heading into tonight, we may see some of the clouds begin to dissipate here a little bit before they begin to redevelop and spread across the area as we head into tomorrow morning. And really throughout the day tomorrow, things are expected to be pretty cloudy with a slight chance of a shower or two, with those temperatures well into the 50s, then dropping into the upper 30s to low 40s heading into tomorrow night. And the clouds are also expected to gradually decrease in coverage here as well for tomorrow night. And then by Wednesday, I am expecting that conditions will turn on the partly cloudy side of things, looking at some scattered showers here as we head into midweek on Wednesday, or Thursday, I should say. High temperatures by that point during the middle of the week, warming up into the upper 60s, could reach the low 70s here by Sunday. At the same time, we could be talking about some shower chances, though, later this weekend and also into early next week.
Well, less rain than last week.
Yeah, exactly. So we get a bit of a break.
Thanks, Derek.
Yeah.
After the break, the festival that brought out book lovers in the area. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
You expect more, so thank you for watching News 8 Now.
Book lovers took over downtown Viroqua over the weekend for the first annual Ridges and Rivers Book Festival, and tourists and neighbors alike are celebrating a love of books. Organizer Maggie Strittmatter says the festival has been a great success and is the perfect opportunity to celebrate local authors.
We are really kind of eclectic here in Viroqua, and we love to celebrate reading and writing.
This was a 3-day festival. There was a book fair, book gardens, and authors at different locations throughout downtown. Strittmatter says the feedback has been wonderful, and she's grateful for a community that made it possible. Stay with us. We'll have one more check of your forecast when we return.
Last check on your 8-day forecast, looking at some pretty breezy conditions tomorrow with a high of 55, warming up into the 60s though by Wednesday. Watching for a chance of showers on Thursday. Other than that, partly to mostly cloudy for the rest of the week with a steady warm up there. Watching for a chance of showers on Sunday and Monday of next week. So overall, not too bad there.
The hottest temps Sunday and Monday, but rain.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks, Derek, and thank you for watching News 8 Now. You can catch us again tonight at 5 and 6. Have a great afternoon, everyone.